Thousands of companies are making the move to SAP S4HANA Cloud. It's a huge deal, a massive undertaking. But the biggest question they're all facing isn't really if they should do it, it's how. And that one decision, well, it's going to define everything for them down the road.
Look, the path you choose isn't just some technical checkbox on a project plan. No, this is a major strategic call. It's going to dictate how you innovate, how you operate, and how you grow for, the next decade. This is way, way bigger than a simple IT upgrade.
So to help you figure this all out, we're going to break it down into 5 key parts. We'll start at the crossroads where the journey begins. Then we'll unpack the 4 different paths you can take. After that, we'll see what the data says other companies are doing, peek inside the actual process, and finally, we'll nail down your most important next step. Ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, first up, the S4HANA crossroads. Think of this as the starting line for a journey that's going to involve pretty much your entire organization. Every company, yours included, comes to this point from a different place. You've got a unique history, a different tech landscape, and completely different goals for the future. And that's exactly why there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer here. The choice you make right now really does set the stage for years to come.
So, what are the options on the table? Well, when you boil it all down, there are basically 4 main paths to choose from, and each one is a totally different kind of journey.
First up, we've got the new implementation, which you'll probably hear called Greenfield. The best way to think about this is like you're building a brand new house from the ground up. You get to start completely fresh, redesigning all your processes using SAP's latest best practices. The huge win here is you get a clean core, meaning your system is free of all that old clunky custom code that can really slow you down and make future upgrades a nightmare.
Next is the system conversion. Now, if Greenfield is building a new house, this is like doing a massive renovation on your current one. You keep the foundation, all your data, your existing processes, your custom work, but you modernize everything around it. It's a direct, one-to-one technical switch that gets you onto the new platform fast.
The third path is the selective data transition. This is your hybrid option. Sticking with our house analogy, imagine you're building a shiny, modern new wing onto your house while you're also renovating the older sections. It gives you this great flexibility to, say, consolidate a few different systems or just pick and choose, reusing some stuff while redesigning other parts.
And finally, there's lift and shift. Now, this one is for a very, very specific situation. You're already using S4HANA, but you want to move it into the cloud. It's the simplest path by far. It's like literally picking up your house and moving it to a new plot of land without changing a thing.
Okay, and this is where you can really see the big trade-offs. Do you want that totally fresh start with a new implementation, even if it means you can't bring over every last bit of historical data? Or do you prefer a system conversion that keeps all your investments intact, but you have to accept that you can't use it to consolidate systems? Or maybe you need that hybrid flexibility of a selective data transition, knowing that some of your third-party tools might not be covered. Each path has its pros and cons you've got to weigh.
All right, so those are the paths, but what are companies actually doing in the real world? Let's take a look at the data and see what the trends are.
And we're not just guessing here. This is based on an analysis of nearly 10,000 real-world S4HANA projects. This is what's actually happening out there, right now.
And the results are, well, they're pretty fascinating. It's an almost perfect 50-50 split between new implementations and system conversions. You know what the biggest takeaway here is? There is no single best path. The right choice is completely dependent on your specific situation. So what are the things you need to be thinking about? Well, it all kind of falls into 3 buckets. First, the business stuff. What's the company's grand strategy? Are you looking for a major transformation or just an update? Second, the technical factors. What does your current system look like? And how important is it to keep all that historical data? And finally, organizational readiness. How much buy-in do you have from the top executives for this project?
So now that we've got the options and the things to think about, what does the process actually look like? Let's get a bird's eye view of the journey for the 2 most popular paths.
For a new implementation, the process is pretty straightforward. SAP installs the software, your team configures it to your needs, and then you load in your essential data. Now, the key thing to remember here is you're only bringing over the live stuff, things like your customer lists and open transactions, like unpaid invoices or orders that haven't shipped. All that old, closed-out history stays in the old system. A system conversion is a bit more of a technical exercise. Once you've prepped your current system, a specialized SAP tool called the Software Update Manager, or just SUM, takes over. It's the workhorse that automates all the heavy lifting, guiding the migration and converting your database and all that data to fit the new S4HANA structure.
A quick but really, really crucial point on system conversions: you almost always want to aim for a one-step transition. The alternative, a two-step path, is basically like running two full separate projects back to back. It dramatically jacks up your cost, your timeline, and the overall complexity. For pretty much everyone, the one-step approach is the clear winner. Okay, let's bring this all together. Your strategic next step is really about recognizing that this whole decision is about so much more than just a piece of technology.
And a key insight from the data really drives this home. There is a direct link between how much executive sponsorship a project has and how ambitious it is. The companies with the strongest support from the very top, they're the ones choosing to completely transform their business with a greenfield approach.
So, the most important point is this. Are you just trying to modernize what you already do, or are you trying to fundamentally reinvent your operations? Your answer to that question is what will point you toward the right path. This is a business decision first, and a technical one second.
And that really leaves us with the final question you need to ask your organization. Is your business truly ready for a completely fresh start, to build new processes from the ground up? Or does your strategy really call for a rapid evolution, modernizing what you already have to become more agile and efficient? The answer to that, well, that's going to be your guide.
All right, let's jump right in.